Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and today things are going to get a little bit pottery when I do my Ilvermorny house sorting. I'm sorry, that joke was terrible and it probably would have worked better if I had my platform 9 3/4 mug with me, but I don't. Live with it. Now, unless you've been living in the bottom of the Chamber of Secrets for the past, well, 6 months really, you're probably aware that there is a film of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them coming out in the near future, and by near future I mean probably November. And the whole world seems to be getting very excited. There's a whole bunch of Harry Potter related news happening at the moment, and I like it. I mean, Harry Potter's my thing. I'm wearing my I solemnly swear I'm up to no good t-shirt, I've got my Slytherin badge here, but Ilvermorny, the American wizarding school, is an entirely new development. It has a whole bunch of interesting names and things surrounding it, which are, to some, quite controversial and need to be discussed a little bit, because, quite frankly, it's a bit weird and potentially, according to some, culturally appropriative. I have strong feelings about this and I'll do a whole video about it another time. But now it's time to get sorted into one of 4 houses. Horned Serpent, Wampus, Puckwudgie and Thunderbird. Now, in a way, I'm kind of hoping for Thunderbird just because I know it's not the same thing as the Jerry Anderson puppets thing, but I love that. But some people say that's taking the piss out of real cultural beliefs, but then if you can't take the piss out of things, you probably have a problem there. I have my laptop here and I'm going to go through it, and if this works, you'll be able to see it too. I can't think of a suitable Latin sounding spell for this, so just hocus pocus. I am a terrible human being. Live with it. Do you prefer to remember or to experience? Which seems like a very stupid question to me, because you have to experience something in order to remember it. I don't quite get it. I mean, remember what? Everything? Some things? I'll go with experience. It seems to be what I'm going for here. When will I learn to keep my mouth shut? A question the entire world is waiting to know. To say no? Not really. To do things on time? Occasionally a problem, but I'm usually quite punctual. I'm often early. When will I learn the secret? The secret to what? Eternal life, or what's happening on Game of Thrones next year? To be honest, I'm not really sure which one is the biggest secret right now, but we'll find out. Keep my mouth shut. It's probably the only way. I don't tell other people's secrets, but I have no problem in sharing mine with the world, and I just talk all the time when I'm really excited about things. And apparently people don't care about hypothetical scenarios about alien civilizations developing in the core of the galaxy where planets are much older. Sorry, I've gone off again. My beliefs are hard won, who I am, constantly evolving, and few but strong. To be honest, I don't trust anyone who says anything except constantly evolving, because anyone who is completely settled on an answer without any possibility of change is probably going to be incredibly narrow-minded. Whose judgment do you most fear? Nobody's. My own. My friends, my family's, well, my mum can be quite scary and my dad judges a lot. The world's, histories. Well, histories implies I'm going to do something big with my life, and I certainly plan to. But the one I'm most critical of is me, so it has to be my own judgment. Think of the question you would most like answered by a person or an all-knowing being or device. Which of the following most closely resembles the answer you'd like to hear? I don't know, I have a lot of questions and a lot of them are not too polite. Most of them involve, is there a god, and if yes, why is he a fucking monster? But a lot of people don't like that question, so no. Is cheese truly the meaning of life? And without even looking through, the first suggestion is without a shadow of a doubt, and that's what I'd like to hear. Where would you least like to find yourself? Imprisoned alone in a silent dungeon? That sounds unpleasant. Locked in a crowded cage, standing room only? That sounds like hell, but what are the rest? in the dock in court accused of a crime you did not commit. I'm only going to go to court for things I do commit. And let's face it, most of these crimes would require a somewhat larger court than most. Some of these things might be considered war crimes. I'm just kidding. I have no plans to murder anybody, but I do have some big plans for the world. On the deck of a ship as the tidal wave comes over the horizon, well, I'd really like not to be there. Trapped in the attic as the house burns below you. Again, don't want to be there either. On the rope bridge fraying over the canyon, heights are not my thing. And lost in the forest at night, eyes staring at you through the dark. Well, to be honest, the forests are fine. It would be unpleasant, but I live in the UK. There are no bears, no wolves, no tigers, no lions, no nothing that could kill me in the forest. And let's face it, the silent dungeon I could live with. Let's instead then go for the tidal wave one, because if you're in a burning house, you can potentially get out, even just get away with being slightly burned, you could be fine. But if you're in the middle of the ocean and then a tsunami hits you, you're not likely to survive it. Even if you survive the initial wave, you're probably drifting in the middle of the ocean with no chance of finding any land you can get to safety on. I would most like to discover a powerful magical creature loyal only to me, an all-magical city hidden from the no-mage world. I don't like that phrase, I think I'll stick with muggle. A spell more powerful than any other, a magical plant that will cure any illness. The plant would probably be used to extinction, much like that Roman plant that they used as a contraceptive. It was so effective that they used it to death. And it would happen again, and then the illnesses would simply come back. I'd go for an all-magical city hidden from the no-mage world, just because I love stories of hidden cities, they're rather cool. Which is the better motto? It is nobler to be deceived than to be mistrustful, or friends should not demand blind faith. Friends should not demand blind faith, because I'm very cynical. Mistrustful is kind of what I do. So, it turns out then that I am a horned serpent, which I suppose works because I'm already a Slytherin. Let's just give me all of the snakes and scare me shitless, because I hate them all, the scaly bastards. Let's see, more about the house. Named by Isolde Sayre after the great horned river serpent that had a jewel set into its forehead. Horned Serpent House is sometimes considered to represent the mind of a witch or wizard. It is also said that Horned Serpent favours scholars. Okay, fair enough, that works for me. Mind is pretty much what I do, and scholars, why the hell not? I'm certainly not a healer like Puckwudgie. Right, and that's it. Stay tuned for the end of the week when there should hopefully be a video about Ilvermorny and its cultural repercussions. But I'm afraid I have to go now anyway, because my mum has just made me some cheese on toast with some Worcester sauce, and it smells absolutely gorgeous, and I quite fancy it. One of the benefits of living at home for the summer, I suppose. I've not had this sort of thing in a while. So I have only one thing to say to you then. Knox.